Hello!
Hello!
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Jo.
And I'm Andy.
And as the title says, this is a trip announcement video, but we've already actually announced the trip previously.
Yeah, because we've done a live stream and a blog post about it, but this is going to be the nice summary version of it.
Yeah, so we're going to Walt Disney World in September 2024. We're going for it's like just short of 3 weeks.
Yeah, two and a half weeks or something like that.
I'm opting to call it 3 weeks.
Yeah, because we've got extra days off at the end.
Yeah. But
so I don't have to go straight back to work. But yeah, it's 3 weeks for us, but the trip itself is two and a half.
If you have been on the channel for a while, you may have watched the live stream. If not, and you want to see two people ramble for a couple of hours, I'll leave it linked up there. But basically, before our ADR day, we did a plan with us, because basically the conversation that we usually have in Starbucks with each other, we put a camera on as well.
For some reason, decided to record it and make everyone suffer along with us because we ramble quite a bit. So we're going to try and keep this one concise.
So this is what we currently have planned for our September 2024 trip to Walt Disney World. Starting with
flights.
Oh, we're starting with flight. Okay, I thought we were starting with hotels, but go on, let's go with flights.
Starting with our hotel at first. So before we fly, we are going to the Radisson Blu at Manchester Airport and staying there overnight. Now this is a bit of a luxury for us because we never usually do this before.
No, we live so close to the airport. We're like
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes away.
And one train away. And we can just get a train there. So this is quite a luxury for us. We're doing it so we can do twilight check-in for Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, so we already had plans in Manchester the night before anyway. We want to do twilight check-in. It kind of just seemed pointless to drive all the way back from the theatre that we're going to then drive all the way back again the next morning.
Yep, so we're not paying for any of the upper rooms or anything like that. Basic room, Manchester Airport, overnight, and we're probably going to be in there for about 5 hours because we've got something to go to.
Yeah, it is literally going to be to sleep.
So then, on to the next thing, which is...
The flight.
The flight! We're flying Virgin Atlantic from Manchester Airport to Orlando. We've got standard economy classic seats, but we have paid for the flights using points.
It says points make prizes.
And I think it came out as a grand total of 50,000 points and then £531 with taxes or something like that.
All of the prices will be popping up along here so you can see how close to that price Andy's memory was.
Just going off the top of my head. But yeah, nothing extra. I think we had to pay for our seat selection. That's a new thing recently on Virgin. I'm not really happy about that.
I don't think it's that recent. I think it's like 2023, but because we didn't go last year, we've never experienced it.
True. So we are flying at 11 o'clock, landing afternoon.
I think it's like 3:30 Orlando time.
So from there, what we'll be doing is getting a lift from MCO to our next place, the hotel, which is...
Drumroll. Saratoga Springs.
Woo!
So Saratoga Springs is a DVC resort. It is often known as the resort of last resort because it always has availability.
Just because of the size of it more than anything.
We've stayed there before. We really enjoyed it. In fact, we've stayed there twice.
Yes, and we've stayed at Congress Park, which is the sort of premium, the preferred section, and also in a standard room as well. We like it. It's really good. I don't think it can be classified as the resort of last resort anymore, but...
No, I enjoyed it. It's close to Disney Springs, so we're staying there for the entire time. None of this split stay.
No split
I get to unpack and that's it.
You're taking over that room for a good amount of time.
I am. We have used DVC points for Saratoga Springs.
Yeah.
Do you know off the top of your head how many points it came to?
It's 185 points in total. So if you were going to take rental value of that, which is... You can rent DVC points on various websites. You generally pay about $20 a point, so that will come out at about $3,700. I'm not 100% sure on what that is in pounds, but I'm sure I can look it up in 2 seconds. It's about £2,880 at time of filming.
Because we are hoping
I was prepared for that one.
It's at time of filming because we're hoping that there's going to be some, edge up for...
Yes, please, at the finance markets, please help us with this one.
Yeah, because let me tell you, Liz Truss did not help in 2022. Was it 20? Yeah, it was 2022.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Anyway.
Next is the obvious part of this trip, which is park tickets. So we paid for 2 of the 14 days for the price of 7 tickets that you can get exclusively in the UK. Now, these are offers that Disney has offered for a long time.
They did used to do a 21 days for the price of 14 as well, but I think they got rid of that and just now do this.
And they used to offer 7-day tickets as well, but over the time they've just got rid of all these extra ticket types, and now it's £499 per ticket, and you get 14 days entry into the park, but not over a 14-day period.
Yeah, I was just about. Did you see me go? Oh,
that's all you go. Yes, it's it's 14 days in 18.
Yeah, so you have 18 days to use the tickets, but you can only go into the park for 14 days of that 18.
Yeah, so we're there for more than 14 days, but we've got other things and events going on that we don't actually need to go into a park for some days. So we're able to just scrape by with that, with a 14-day ticket.
And when we say just scrape by, it is literally skin of our teeth.
Watch the live stream for more details on how we've arranged it, but we've basically had to move stuff around, so we weren't going into a park for 1 or 2 days, just so we could make sure that we got the full use of it.
Yep. The next one. Should I run through what restaurants we've booked?
Next section, is just let's go through our restaurants.
So I would say in no particular order, but it is in a particular order because it's the order I'm reading them off the Trello board.
Off the Trello, yes.
So currently we have booked Steakhouse 71 for breakfast, Hoop-de-Doo musical review,
which is a first for us, so we're gonna hopefully
I'm
that's
really
good.
looking forward to that. We have La Crêperie de Paris,
which we've done before.
That amazing French. We've done before. It serves cold soup. I blew on my soup. We have Bull and Bear restaurant. So a couple of these we didn't book on ADR through the Disney website. A couple of these are booked on Open Table.
Yeah.
And Bull and Bear is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Grand Floridian Cafe.
A firm favourite of ours, even though we've only been once.
It was amazing.
It was great though.
We have Rick's Sports Bar. You can guess what day that's on because we're clearly booking that because of the football.
Football!
We have a Hollywood and Vine there that you need to cancel.
Oh yeah.
Because then a few days later. Anyway, we have a Morimoto. Mm-hmm. That's another one we booked on Open Table. Yak and Yeti, the Phantasmic Dining Package, which you can select Hollywood and Vine for, but we didn't realise that at first, so Andy booked a Hollywood and Vine. I then went to do the Phantasmic and...
Hence why I was saying before about us moving stuff around.
Yeah. We have Tusker House.
Yep, that's a new one for us.
It is. And we have Topolino's.
Which, again, is another absolute firm favourite and a hill I'm willing to die on. The Topolino's is probably the best restaurant on site.
Yeah. It's hard to argue with that. Yeah, I think that's all of them.
I think that's all the restaurants.
All the restaurants.
Okay.
I will be honest, there's a slight possibility that by the time this video goes live, Jaico will be added to the list as well.
Oh, is that threatening, is it?
It's either there or Sonar.
We'll see. Okay, so next section. Let's talk about events and tickets and extra stuff that we've got. Do we want to break this down a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. And also, I would just like to caveat this.
Yes.
That these are things that, you don't have to do all the enchanted extras
that
Disney do. We've done 3 holidays where we did no enchanted extras and they were awesome.
Yes.
Part of this, obviously, we didn't have the trip in February that we would have done. So now we have more money available for the trip in September than we would normally have available, which I have opted to spend on enchanted extras.
In short, we've gone crazy on these tours and extras, haven't we?
Yeah.
Just because, like you said,
we did.
So early this year was cancelled because of health problems. So we got most of that money back, like a fair chunk of it, like 90% of it back. So then we were able to spend it on this trip as well.
So, yeah, and one of our friends described Disney as an a la carte menu, which I think is the best way to describe it. It's like you can just
pick and choose.
Here's a list of a million things that you could do.
Yeah.
Pick and choose. I've just opted to pick some that are quite spenny.
Yeah.
Some that will possibly never happen again. So there's my caveat.
Yeah, our trip is not a guide on how to do things, to be honest.
I don't think there is any right or wrong way to do Disney. Although if you leave a comment saying that we're doing it all wrong.
That's just your opinion, bro. So first up, we've got Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Woo!
So this is going to be the second time we did this. Joe was absolutely obsessed the first time because you wanted to see Max in a Powerline outfit in the parks.
And I religiously watched vlogs of where was the best place to stand, and I will die on a hill that says I was bang on.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
It was so good.
I'm sure I've got some clips to throw in here while we're talking about this, but it was a good party, wasn't it? We did a few rides, we did a couple of the trick and treat candy pickups, and then we basically waited for the parades because we'd never seen them before.
Yeah.
I don't really know what our breakdown of what we're going to do this time is, but I feel like it's going to be a bit more relaxed because you're not going to be so desperate to see the parades and stuff like that. So. And
also, I think, spoiler for you.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to redo the Kronk and Yzma costumes.
No.
A bit of Kronk and Yzma costumes, which would then mean we'd clearly have to go on a roller coaster because we'd have to recreate the photos.
Yeah.
So,
we did it on front of the mountain, didn't we, in Paris?
No. Yes, we did. Sorry, and we also did it on Buzz Lightyear in Paris.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. Anyway. Next one.
Well, no, I was going to say how much.
Oh yeah, so our Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween tickets came to a grand total of £234 for the both of us, which is quite expensive.
It is. However, where we were saying that we have days where we can only use the park pass 14 days out of 18, we can go into Magic Kingdom that evening on the Mickey's Not So Scary, and it won't count as one of the days that we're using our 14-day ticket.
And we can go in from like 3 o'clock or something
it's 4 o'clock. So
which is
we have a pool morning or outlets or whatever,
and then we go into the park.
Go into the park just the same as we would do, but we're not using our 14-day ticket, so it works for us in that respect as well.
Yeah. Next up is Cirque du Soleil, which has been on Joe's to-do list since it was announced, and we had tickets for it last time. We lost them. We couldn't get a refund on them, so that was a little bit annoying. But we've booked it again, and you are... Honestly, basically, I think you're going to fly over to America even if I can't go, just to go and see the show.
So excited. I have wanted to see Cirque du Soleil in some form for years, and it's never lined up with like when they've been on tour near us. Obviously they have done stuff at Disney before, but I think our first time was in between the two shows. Then they brought Drawn to Life back, they created Drawn to Life during COVID, whatever. But yeah, it was expensive because I have purposely picked possibly the most expensive seats that they do,
which came out as a total of £328 for the both of us. Again, I'm not too fussed about this. It is quite expensive, but Joe wants to do it, and it's basically a belated birthday present for you, isn't it?
I mean, I paid, so it's a birthday present to myself. I mean, thanks,
Joe. Make me look bad.
We'll ignore the fact that is the same price because I've got the exact same tickets that we had for February that we didn't get the money back on. So essentially,
you've paid double for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
Next on the list is one that we've been meaning to do for a long time.
This
and just never get around to it.
Really want me to do, isn't it?
It's been closed for quite a while. It's Behind the Seeds, and I don't know. I just always wanted to do it, and every single time we go over there, it just wasn't running. Don't know why. Mostly due to COVID, I think.
Yeah,
for the first
2022 was still a bit
yeah.
hit and miss with the COVID stuff, but yeah.
Yep, and that came out at a grand total of £52.92 after being converted to pounds.
That's not per person, that is
total. That is total, so that is nice and cheap. I like that. For what it's going to be, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it as, it's an hour, that's quite expensive, but then I think it's awesome what you get to see. So.
Yeah. Next is Curling for Giants. You'll have to talk about this one because I'm not really too sure about exactly what it is.
Neither am I, other than it's elephants.
Oh, it's the elephants, right? So it's a tour behind the scenes, not seeds, scenes, with the elephants and stuff like that.
I've literally no idea. I just saw elephants and went yes.
Yeah.
It was between the elephants and the rhinos. The elephants won because there was the page that loaded first.
The Battle of Unicorns.
Yeah, Battle of Unicorns.
Then...
that one was also the exact same price as Behind the Scenes, £52.
Yeah, that was 52, yeah. Next up is another one of our big tick list items. Like we were saying before, our 2022, our earlier this year money is being spent on a lot of these events. And we've got the Keys to the Kingdom tour. Again, yes. Another big hitter that we wanted to do after our first trip to Walt Disney World, but we've just not been able to do it because they weren't running them, or it just didn't work well with our timings. So
yeah, so we've always said that we would try to do a Keys to the Kingdom tour, and we would aim to do it on a Saturday, because
you had this whole purpose plopped out.
Yeah, because they take you onto rides. They take you onto rides, and we generally try to avoid the parks on a Saturday because that's a busier day. And then this felt like a way to still do the parks without...
And unfortunately, this is one that needed park admittance as well to go on, which was a little bit... It would have been nice if we got free entrance into the park as part of the tour, but you don't. You still need a ticket.
But also, that's only like 9 till 5, so then the rest of the day we could.
Yeah.
I'm saying that like my feet won't be dead.
Okay, and this came in cheaper than I was expecting at £110. I thought it was a lot more expensive. I mean, it is expensive, but I thought it would be like $75 per person. I
mean, unless I've like mixed that one up with how much the dessert party was, because they all came through at the same time on my Amex.
Maybe. Okay, so let the screen indicate the correct amount once we actually look these up properly, instead of just reading the pound conversion list that we threw together very quickly.
Yeah.
Next up is
dessert party in Magic Kingdom.
Yep, so we did this last time, and
was it the May that we did it? May 2022.
I think so, yeah. And it was good. We got there nice and early by accident, as it turns out. We got a really good seat at the front. We had quite a bit of wine.
I was dual wielding.
You were dual wielding.
But I was the only person drinking the Riesling, and so they just kept. They basically, she might as well have just given me the bottle if they were allowed to, because she'd literally pull up like extra large shots.
They were just pouring like multiple glasses and just going, "Take multiple with you. Take them all for your party." And it was a good night, and it had a great viewing position. Obviously, probably not as great as standing right at the front of the castle and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you can't see, like, we couldn't see the projections on Main Street, because it wasn't Happily Ever After then.
But yeah, it's a great show, and we promised ourselves that we'll do it once again.
And now that Happily Ever After's back,
different show, so
that was my justification, basically. I was like, it's a different show.
And then the last big event that we've got is something that Joe is very adamant on. Disney every so often run pin trading events.
Once a year.
In
Walt Disney World.
And Joe managed to get tickets. So for a grand total of £199.95, which is very expensive, but it gives entrance and some basic pins. But it is the Disney After Dark Pin Event, as it's named. And there's some Emperor New Groove pin on there that you want, and also it's just a pin trading event, an actual physical pin trading event in Walt Disney World that we've never been able to do before. So,
and we probably will never be able to do again, because it's pure fluke that the stars have aligned that we are in Walt Disney World at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's not like this was planned. It just, they announced the dates and I went, oh my god, Andy, we're there. And then I tried to get tickets, and Andy managed to get tickets, and
it just worked out.
Yeah. I'm going to spend a lot of money on pins.
Yeah.
I'm going to frustrate Andy with the fact that apparently the queues can be an hour long for looking at the pin boards.
Cool. Okay. That's a nice way to end this. Probably just a quick mention of things that we're not doing this time. So we won't be doing any of the DVC Moonlight Magic because they're just not on. There's just none there while we're there.
Oh, yeah.
Usually we fall across one or two that appear like that are set up throughout the year. This time it just doesn't seem to be happening. Don't know why.
Because the Halloween parties are on.
Probably the Halloween parties. There's no there's no evening event paid tickets because the Halloween parties are on.
Halloween, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's a sum total of our trip and what we're doing. Like I was saying, there's more details in the live stream if you want the exact breakdown of all of our chaotic thoughts. Everything that was planned there was pretty much booked.
Just some stuff is on different dates.
We moved things around a little bit.
Purely in we can't get that date, cool, I can get this date, fine,
Yeah.
move things like...
Our ADR booking went really well. We haven't struggled for anything.
Which
Even Topolino's breakfast was still available, which was bizarre. We didn't end up booking Topolino's breakfast. We just did an evening meal, but it's crazy that was available. They've changed something recently, and there's been a lot of discussion about it on Disney groups, and everything's a lot easier. This is going to be our first trip as well with Lightning Lane multi-pass as well, which...
We'll see what happens with that.
I love how I was all like, multi-pass? Whatever
Is that the official dance of the... lane?
Whatever the flavour of the month they're naming it. It just sounds like Genie Plus with old Fast Pass sort of pre-booking. That's all. We may buy it, we may not. We'll see as we get there.
Probably will buy it because we bought Genie Plus in the past, but...
It's already got a little bit of a bad rep online, so it'll be interesting to see how it works. Yeah, that's it.
This is our trip announcement.
We announced it ages ago, but this is our summary trip announcement. If you want actual true figures of everything that we've booked, I've also updated the blog post on our website, and I'll leave a link to that down below so you can go and have a nosy at that. That actually has the dollar value as well and the pounds value, just in case you want to see what the raw values are, because obviously the exchange rate is constantly changing all the time. Please stop it.
No, stop! Don't stop it. Like, do it in our favour.
Yeah.
It'll make, when I come to buy the pins, it will make it a lot easier.
Absolutely. So, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting subscribe if you want to see
what we actually get up to in the vlog series.
Yeah, our aim is that we won't be uploading while we're over there. We'll be producing the vlogs after we get back. So sometime towards the end of September, you'll start seeing the videos go live. But until then, we'll be posting weekly, at least on a Sunday, maybe on a Wednesday as well if we've got some interesting videos.
Yeah, I might do a pack with me to keep me accountable for packing.
And there we go. So hit subscribe and follow along with our journey, and we'll hope to see you soon.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.